Miles, a 14-year-old boy, is left home all alone after his parents go on a work trip for the weekend. Things slowly take a much more sinister turn when a stranger is spotted lurking around Miles' residence. Hi folks, I'm R and welcome to the video. Send me your movie and game suggestions on Twitter, which I can use for the upcoming SMT and Story Explained videos. This video has been sponsored by Surfshark VPN. There will be spoilers ahead, and with that said, let's begin. Thanks to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring today's video. Surfshark is a seamless and fast VPN which keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information sent between your device and internet, keeping you safe from hackers who could potentially access your valuable and sensitive data. Surfshark provides a wide range of locations and IP addresses to choose from, breaking through censorship, unlocking many apps otherwise inaccessible in many regions, and much more. For example, certain streaming services and websites such as Netflix might be restricted due to different regulations and agreements to provide limited content in different regions. But Surfshark allows you to access your favorite TV shows or movies without the location restrictions. Now, something not many people might know about is how unsafe public Wi-Fis truly are. If you're out and about using airport or coffee shop Wi-Fis, you're at a high risk of hacking attacks which can access your data and steal your information. Now that would be a scary story. Surfshark encrypts your online data and helps you secure your personal information when you use such Wi-Fis, letting you keep your precious information safe. With Surfshark, you can also use only one account on unlimited number of devices. You can use my code GamerSault to get 83% off and 3 extra months free when signing up, or by clicking on the link down in the description below. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee, which means that there's no risk involved. Miles, the protagonist of the game, recollects a terrifying experience he faced when he was 14 years old, being home alone. It was the middle of the summer. My parents had left for that weekend due to a work trip, which meant I was all by myself for the weekend. Also, I feel like I do have to mention that my sleep schedule was really messed up around this time. I would sleep and get up just about any time of the day, though I did plan on fixing that. Miles wakes up at around 8 p.m. after a nap, having some homework left to do for school. He plans to eat something before getting to work, as he wouldn't be able to focus and pay much attention otherwise. After reading a text message from his mother, he discovers that she cooked some lasagna for him, being left in the fridge. Just as he notices that the sun is fully setting, with the day coming to a complete end, getting very dark outside, he discovers a stranger is on their front yard idling around. After growing anxious, the man slowly walks away, with Miles being relieved that it might have just been a weird person, or maybe he could have just been looking around for whatever reason. Maybe he's in the process of buying a house and he thought Miles' parents' house looked nice. Miles dismisses this strange encounter and proceeds to place the lasagna in the oven. After watching some TV while eating, he receives a text from his friend who was supposed to come over tonight that he has to call it off as something came up, leaving Miles all alone, who plans to do his chemistry homework and heading to bed right after. After a few hours of hard work, Miles finishes with his homework, with the time being 12:30. Miles observes the dark, empty streets through his bedroom window and heads to bed. After about half an hour, he starts feeling thirsty, forcing him to go downstairs and fetch a bottle of water. As he drinks some water and goes back to his room to get some rest, he gets a text message from his mother sending him a picture of a person covered in the dark in front of their house. Concerned to whom this person is and how his mother got this picture, Miles asks his mother who sent the picture to her. His mother explains their neighbor observed the stranger creeping around their house, as if watching Miles through the windows. Knowing he's home alone, the same person Miles noticed earlier in the day idling around at their front yard. Anxious and worried, his mother instructs Miles to lock all the doors and wait until police arrives, as she called 911. Just as Miles is about to find a way to survive the situation, he hears something thrown at their window, breaking it into pieces. Soon after, he hears the doorbell ringing non-stop when the mother texts him that it's their neighbor, Paula, and that he should open the door for her. Unsure what to do, as Miles starts believing that there's an intruder in the house, with the stranger breaking into the house with him throwing a rock through the window, Miles freezes in his place, knowing that his best bet of survival is taking shelter with Paula, as the intruder might harm him before the police arrives. Just as Miles plans to walk down from his bedroom, he hears the floor squeaking from his parents' bedroom, located right next to the staircase. As he gets closer to the stairs, he witnesses in horror the bedroom door opening and the shadow of a figure projecting outwards. Being fully shocked and frozen in fear, he rushes back to his room, taking shelter until the police arrives, as surely that's when he would be the safest. Lucky for Miles, police arrive soon after, with the intruder seemingly escaping from the house, as if he climbed out of the window, as Miles successfully manages to go down to the main door without the stranger coming out of his parents' bedroom. It's later revealed that if Miles would actually listen to his mother and go down to Paula, the intruder would intervene and stop him upstairs, unknown to what he would do to him. That would also be the case if Miles would open the door for the stranger after receiving the picture from his mother. Without their neighbors' help Paula and the quick reaction of his mother calling the cops, Miles would probably not be alive now, or at least be harmed in different ways. It's unknown what the intentions of the intruder were, but it's clear that he had been watching Miles for a while, ensuring that he is home alone in order for him to break in. The horrifying fact is that the intruder was not a typical burglar trying to steal anything. He didn't want to cause damage to the house, he didn't seem to be an arsonist, nor did he seem to be a squatter. His intentions seemed to be far worse than anyone could imagine. He had been observing Miles for some time, indicating that his target was no other than the 14-year-old Miles. The stranger had sinister intentions for Miles, planning to carry out sick and twisted actions against him. It's possible he was a predator, noticing that Miles is home alone, waiting for the perfect time to break in and take advantage of the situation. That's why he was investigating and scouting earlier in the day, waiting until late at night after everyone goes to sleep, with streets clearing out before he breaks in. In fact, it's likely he had been watching and observing Miles from early on, from the beginning of the weekend when his parents left for the work trip. The horrifying possibility is that the stranger could have even been a neighbor or resident of the neighborhood, who knew of Miles and kept a close eye on when he would be left home alone to make his move. Or even maybe the stranger tracked Miles' IP address and located his residence, something that would not be possible if he used Surfshark VPN, link in the description down below. He seemingly waited for Miles to fall asleep to break in and do whatever twisted plan he had in mind. The story is apparently inspired by true events, making it even more terrifying to know that there are people out there who would break into people's residence to cause direct harm on them. Thanks to the disrupted and irregular sleeping pattern of Miles, he kept awake until very late, noticing the intruder breaking in. Things could have ended much worse if he would be fast asleep in the evening, not noticing his mother's text message. This was the first episode of Fears to Fathom episodic horror game, with more episodes releasing very soon. I also made a story explained of the second episode called Norwood Hitchhike, which you can watch by clicking on the card on the screen. It's been your host R, thanks for being here folks, and I will catch you on the next one.